going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is
Hello.
Cloud and the console. I'm joined, as always, by Nads, leveling up the podcast and bringing the heat and the fire. What's going on? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just like relaxing, I guess. Today didn't do much. Play a little bit more some No Man's Sky. Tried to do that story piece. So every time I have like time for it, I jump into some No Man's Sky. It's easy, relaxing. Hell, it's so relaxing that like sometimes I go to bed early because like it just like make me tired of playing and just like doing mundane stuff, following the story, and then right now I'm just building up my freighter and making sure I can upgrade everything in No Man's Sky. Also, I'm following part of the story, try to finalize a few things, but yeah, pretty cool. I discovered 3 new planet, discovered by me, so I don't know how that happened, but I guess you can still discover new planet by yourself.
You know what's crazy is I think it was the other week, maybe 2 weeks ago, Callie was traveling to some random universe, and he's like, "What the heck? It's a Milson named solar system." Discovered by Rudigs 4 or 5 months ago, and it's like because I would go to any new system or thing that I would discover, I would name it, like, Milson Omega or Milson Prime or, like, Terra Milson.
Why Milton?
It was just, like, some running joke at the time, but I tried to create the Milson universe out there, that was funny.
That's funny. I
But
should
if
do
you're
that. I should rename some of the planet, like just put
Yeah.
my print on there.
Well, you get money for it too if you upload it, to the directory and stuff.
Yeah, I keep uploading like everything I scan, so it's pretty good. But it's
Yes.
just so funny. Other than that, as usual, play some Diver. I got the new Warbond, so I was able to unlock most of it. I think I need to turn it back on because I think we have a bunch of medals too because the activity got completed. And then tomorrow we're going to play some more Diver, so that should be quite exciting. I posted that video um, on the group chat for Diver in the Cyber City. It's like a little cartoon of like Divers and shit that happen. And it's so true. Like you throw your equipment, as soon you pick up all the equipment, you die. It's just like going everywhere. You're like, God damn it. That's probably at level 10. But yeah, a lot of fun. I always love to play that game. I feel like playing once a week like this, I don't get tired of it. You know what I mean? It's just like it's nice. I slowly level up, but oh well. And the other game I played yesterday, I played some finals with David. That was a lot of fun. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play some finals." Oh yeah, I should get back into it, try it out. So I played for we play what 3 rounds just to do the dailies, and then it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of nice kill, and I tried to record some of the kills, and then my recording didn't work. So I still need to figure that out, play around. Because sometimes I like to be on controller and press the Windows button or the Microsoft button. Oh fuck, Xbox button, and then like I got the game bar appearing, or I like to use the NVIDIA like overlay. But like I can't. I probably gonna need to change a button so open that anyway. But yeah, what about yourself? What you been playing?
Only one game matters these days, and that is the Black Myth Wukong,
Yeah.
where circles are not squares. David Wilson, if you're listening in the chat, he told me to go, "Oh, it's not in the circle. It's at a square." And it was a circle. This man don't know how shapes work. And that's what I'm going to say on that one. But
That's
yes,
funny.
been playing a lot of that. I would say this is a different style of game. It's available on GeForce now, so if you're looking to
Mhm.
play at the most optimal graphics, I would definitely recommend going through there. This is a boss rush game. There are so many different boss arenas where you're fighting all these different types of moves and enemy sets. The combat is fast paced. The blocking is very limited. It's more about dodging.
Mhm.
I'm really enjoying it. I would say there are aspects where I could improve upon, like traversing. I wish I felt more like a monkey instead of like some random knight. It doesn't
Yep.
different than, a humanoid walking around. Like, I wish I really felt like a monkey and bounced off my tail or stuff like that.
Yeah, because you transform a lot, but then you're trying to climb a wall, and it's a monkey that cannot climb. So it's
Yes.
quite interesting.
Yeah. So
That's
there's
fun.
some things lacking, but you gotta give it up to this group. It's their first AAA game. They
Mm,
only really made some mobile titles before this, so this was a big venture for them. And, I think they pulled it off in a very successful way.
that's
And,
good.
oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I absolutely enjoying the heck out of it. I'm in the middle of chapter 3, so I haven't quite yet got to the end, but I'll be needing to get to the end soon because there is a game coming around the corner that's got certain game of the year flavor to it, and that
If you
is
can.
oh wow, is that Wukong?
Yeah, I have some
Sun
Wukong
Wukong.
and Raid Shadow Legends. So just look at him. He's slightly
Oh
different, but
wow.
the same meaning. I just thought to like show you that. I should take a picture and post on the group chat. But yeah, I like the
You
fact
know
you
what?
talking about it.
Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Yeah, watch the first, I think, first Dragon Ball Z when they converted to English or like, but like,
Yeah.
it's the kid and he looked like a little monkey basically,
Yeah,
and he's
that's
looking
supposed to
for
be
those.
Sun Wukong
Yeah, and he's floating onto his little cloud too,
on the
right?
Nimbus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
So it's
many
like the
different
same concept.
retellings of the story.
Yeah,
I think it's cool we finally got a video game. Although I heard somebody talk about the older Journey to the West video game and it not being the same as this. So I'm glad they did it this way. It's absolutely my flavor. But I got to finish it before Astrobot comes out,
mm-hmm.
which but in the end, Black Myth Wukong definitely will be nominated for Game of the Year. I don't think there's any contenders that would say otherwise. I think it definitely hit a note in today's media.
And since you clean your PlayStation 5, now you can run at higher graphics,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so now that I've cleaned my PlayStation 5, I'm holding a solid 60 FPS.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
So like,
no,
yeah, no, not even. Okay, I was
no.
like, oh, maybe
I
it's
had
a
no
freaky.
changes, but at least I feel better now that my PlayStation is clean. There's a real issue, and I'm hoping that they update it. But the
Hmm.
performance mode, it AI upscales up to 60 FPS, but the
Yeah.
input is still happening at 30 FPS. So sometimes I'll get input lag. Well, I'll be like, I hit heal. Why isn't it working?
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
annoying. So
but
I
I don't
don't
want to.
know if they have that issue with Steam, the Steam version, but I didn't hear anything about it. I don't know if you did look it up or what.
No, I think Steam is able to use the hardware available to get that 60. What's going
Mm-hmm.
on, Crow SPG? Thanks for coming on
Hey.
in. But yeah, I did take the Q-tips and the alcohol because oh my gosh, it struggles on the PlayStation. I hope they update it soon.
Well, did you use the vacuum to remove most of it, and then after this, you can use a blower? I have
And I
one
use
here.
alcohol swabs.
Yeah, that's fancy.
Yeah.
I use this a lot. It's a little almost vacuum, but it's pushing air. You got a little
Yeah.
filter, so the airflow. You got 2 speed. Very cool. I think I bought that for like $40 or something like that. X
Oh, that's
Power.
cool.
So it's a
Nice.
little. It's perfect for cleaning PC or anything like that. But yeah, good little thing to maintain. Or you can buy the can, the air can to blow it off.
Yes. Yeah, I've had the can before.
So
Canned
always
air.
good to do maintenance. I did my PC the other day actually,
Oh, it's
and
nice.
I didn't have that much dust. It was great. Since I move it, I feel because I move it lower to the floor underneath my desk, I don't get all the dust coming from the air. If that makes sense. So
Yeah, you see, what happens is I'm doing my recreational
yeah.
activities and I'm blowing directly into my hardware.
So there's a lot of residue in your hardware, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, why don't we go over some of details from our favorite games? And I can't
Yeah.
imagine much is happening from Destiny, but you said you were just watching a
Uh,
clip.
Yeah, so let's jump it right into it. So I'll
I'm just
show
gonna
this.
grab my tea while you jump into that. So I'll be right back.
Sounds good. So here's the end video of Act 2. Basically, we learn that Lashmi is the one on control. Not necessarily Lashmi. So Lashmi, because it was an exo, it was a human in the past that got copy of her brain, and the one we had in the tower that got corrupted almost and attacked us, that was basically the same person. So they come from New Mina, right? So that's, and she is Maya Sandaresh. That was the original character that became Lakshmi too. So that was the other name. But basically, we'll see. Let that play in the background. Pretty good. Finally, we see some detail about her controlling the Vex milk, or what do you call it? There's another name, a proper name, but I know they call it Vex Milk also. But we're gonna go over the TWID while that's playing in the background. So there's an Echoes recap on the TWID with the 3 video that was released for this episode. So if you want to have a look, Act 3 is coming out at reset, from my understanding. We have new legendary weapon and artifact preview for Act 3. So there's going to be some change with the artifact, and also there's going to be more in terms of the exotic, what do you call it? Like for the Titan, it's like that thing around the waist, but the new exotic piece that you can modify. So Echo Story, as we see in the background. So Act 3 is going to start soon. And we have 1 week left for Solstice. So Solstice is finished at reset. I didn't really play any Solstice. I jumped on it like a little bit. I didn't feel like it. I think like it's good to take a break, and you go back to it later. Then I'll get back into it. Probably after No Man's Sky, I get back into some Destiny to finalize all this. But yeah, you can get the sublime armor and low, so you can also buy it with what do you call it? Uh, what's the currency in not silver, but the dust
White
there? You can
dust.
bright
White
dust. There
dust.
you go.
Has it
I
been
got it.
that long, Nat, since you played Destiny?
No,
Like,
it just like I got lost in memory, short-term memory or something like that. But yeah, so you can get that. Here's the new artifact perk coming up on the Act 3. So we have Overload Auto Rifle, Authorized Mod Charge Up, Sustain Fire, which you get like bonus. So if you continuously damage combatant with an auto rifle, grant you damage resistance. That's pretty good. And it's all about auto rifle. So targeting auto loader. While you have an auto rifle equipped, defeating combatant, reload your equipped weapon and temporarily increase weapon damage. Damn, that's gonna be like pretty cool. Shock and AoE. When you have an arc or prismatic subclass equipped, arc final blow will, while you are amplify summon a burst of lightning that damage injured target. So it's gonna be a lot of auto rifle with like arc for this act. So that should be a pretty cool. Also, some of the arsenal, there's gonna be weapon coming back. So we got the Speleologist, a rapid fire solo machine gun. This one is a new one. We also have the Chronophage. I think we add this one. I've had that from. It's a Vex weapon, so it's coming back. That's pretty cool. We also have this Martyr Retribution Grenade Launcher coming back from season. Was it season 7 or something like that? It was a while back. And in case if you missed that, so exotic class item attunement coming soon. So episode 2, they so basically we're gonna have episode 1 act 3 coming next next reset, and after that, after episode 3, we're gonna have episode 2. So at the beginning of episode 2, we're gonna be able to tune our class items, so you're gonna be able to choose whether you want like a specific one in the first column and the second column. So pretty cool they adding that. That's gonna make things more interesting. And there's an update on the restriction and ban policy update, AFK macro. Oh, okay. But that's pretty much it for Destiny. I really like the fact that we have the exotic class item that you're gonna be able to choose what you want. And yeah, the new video looks pretty interesting. It's like a big turning point in the story, because now they try to make little story to add on to what we know. So I think they're just closing the loops, right? So Destiny 2, we're done with that. So let's move into some Diver. Diver doesn't have much going on this week. We had an emergency hotfix that happened recently, 21st. So that's 4 days ago. So this fix was an emergency hotfix addressing the Impaler crash. So I don't know what's the Impaler crash, but that doesn't sound good. So we deem it worth bringing this one crash fix and now in attempt to minimize the crash during the weekend. Thank you for your understanding. So they probably fix it for the weekend. We're gonna have probably another update this week, and then there's a list of items they already know that's like an issue. So if you find an issue that's not part of this, just make sure to follow their link that access the reporting system for their crash or in any issue with Divers too. But we will definitely play some again on Monday or tomorrow. We're gonna play some Divers too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But that's pretty much it on my side. It's just not a lot of news. So
yeah, that's the summer, but
yeah,
we'll bring you what there is out there. Let's go to the newsroom and talk about some stuff we got going on.
sounds good.
Don't worry, we still got cloud gaming news for all you cloud gaming
Yep.
enthusiasts. We did have Gamescom 2024, and GeForce Now was
Mm-hmm.
there with its presence. So let's see what they got up to at the Gamescom event. Gamescom, if you don't know, is one of the biggest display of game trailers. It's a games expo where they have panels and different developers talk about ongoing projects, and it's based in Europe. So,
Mm-hmm.
definitely an event you want to be tracking for new games and what's coming on the horizon. GeForce Now brings Black Myth Wukong and Final Fantasy 16 demo to the cloud, plus updates enabling Xbox sign-in, streamlining cloud gaming with GeForce Now. So all of these things I personally have experience with, so I'm glad to be talking about this. Black Myth Wukong, great place to play on GeForce Now. It enables you to spare your PC the heavy lifting. Also,
Mm-hmm.
let's put on our tinfoil hats. We were talking about this backstage. I don't want China spyware on my computer. I'd rather put it on GeForce Now than on my computer. So it's good having it out there on the cloud instead of local.
Well, is this game from China? Are you saying Black Myth
that's what it
Wukong?
is. Yeah,
So like right now you probably have something installed on your PlayStation 5. Is that what you're saying?
that's why I had to clean it because
Oh,
obviously I
yeah,
was clocking some slowdowns.
yeah. That's funny.
But GeForce Now definitely the place to play it. You can throw all those settings up to ultimate, and your computer will be whisper quiet. Get all the ray tracing. Yes, Viva GFN. Maker thought cloud was dead. Well, get out your shovel and perform your necromancy because GeForce Now is there and it is operating at full capacity. Final Fantasy, the
Yeah.
demo, number 16. This is great to see that it's coming to PC, and it's great
Mhm.
to see that the support that GeForce Now has right off the bat. If you haven't played this, it's definitely one to get into.
Mhm.
The combat, again, chef's kiss when it comes to the combat of Final Fantasy 16. They took Devil May Cry, they mixed in elements of just pure speed and magic abilities, having them on hand, comboing them, super abilities. It's quite the spectacle and way over the top in terms of action. So don't sleep on Final Fantasy. And as well as, oh my God, Xbox sign in streamline. How
That
many
would make
times?
things easier. Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah,
Uh, like every time I had to sign in, I had to go find my password because I don't know it by heart. And it's like it's a bit complex. So every time I had to go find it, copy and paste it in the game browser to log in every time. So that was gonna make things way easier. Like just to click and play right away.
yeah. You see, you should just do what I do and make all your passwords the same.
Yeah, that's not safe.
uh, and then I make it my username. I
Yeah.
mean, anyways, yeah. Each week, Cloud GeForce Now elevates the cloud by bringing top PC games, and oh my gosh, I think they had something like 25 new games coming.
Hmm.
It's absolutely ridiculous, but I will say pinnacles this week. There was 10 million people who purchased Black Myth Wukong. Do you all have the PC to be able to run that? Because I would suggest using GeForce Now for that. And as well, Final Fantasy 16, if you don't know, blew up PlayStation 5s. They were literally catching on fire. So
Really?
don't put your computer through that stress. Throw it
Mhm.
up on GeForce Now. And remember, you don't want that spyware on your computer, right, Nance?
Yeah, you don't want any viruses or anything like that.
So starting August 22nd, which has already passed, you can now get the support that allows the Xbox to log in. And this will make it so much easier because I hated having to log in every single
Mhm.
time. GG's on that. And what up, Kurt? Thanks for coming in. We got Houston, Kelly Drew Vos, and Soup. I hope you're all doing well. But yeah, no tweet this week, but I guess not. I want to say Black Myth Wukong, even though it got rated in the 80s, I know it doesn't do much to evolve the genre or even push a narrative forward. But what it does do is it brings my favorite part of gaming, or one of my most beloved parts, which is beating a boss that is difficult. And having
like
that
that.
boss arena and having that mechanic and having fast combat. So kudos to you for making a game for me.
Definitely an interesting game. I just found it was looking like it struggled on PlayStation. So hopefully GeForce Now is the best option, right?
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, PlayStation is not the best place to play it. I was hoping for a code. I was hoping. But anyways, we'll get into that story later and how I got locked out of Steam for a day. Fantastic. All right,
Yeah.
listen. Okay, here it is. Okay. So I thought I won a contest to get the game Black Myth Wukong Deluxe Edition pre-ordered for free on Steam. I was like, this is fantastic. They were like, oh, okay, we'll send you the code the day of. And I'm like, okay, this is getting suspicious. So on the day of, I wake up, I go to Steam. This big red bar is across my screen. It's like your account has been blocked due to suspicious activities. I'm like, what? On the Black Myth Wukong day? Oh, stress levels through the roof. I contacted the people. They were like, I don't know what happened. It was super complicated. And I'm like, oh, this is brutal. Contacted Steam. I ended up rejecting and returning the gift because I thought that would have helped the issue. Turns out I probably could have kept the gift. They ended up just saying, we saw something come from a different country into your account, so we automatically flagged it as suspicious.
Oh,
And
yeah. That was the game.
now we've returned everything back to normal. And I'm like, I don't want to ask them for the game back. And by that time, I had already got it on PlayStation because I didn't want to miss out on playing it day one. And that's my story.
Yeah. Sorry to hear.
Yeah,
Hopefully...
It's scary to lose your whole account because somebody gifted you something. I absolutely agree, Crow.
Because can you imagine? You basically lost all your game, right?
Yeah. And I was scared because I was like, am I going to get new GeForce Now games? Am I going to have to create a brand new account? Like, it was all running through my head. But Steam, kudos to them. Within like 8 hours, maybe 10 hours, they had responded and reversed everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's definitely good.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to some cloud gaming news for the week, because this is a cloud gaming podcast where we bring you everything that's going on in the cloud this week. Utomic expands game library with new releases across platforms. I will say I have played the one on the far right.
What's that game?
It's called Deathbound, and it is a Souls-like game that has you like nothing I've ever seen before. You transition between 4 different people, and transitioning between the people allows you to pull off combos. So you can like be a knight and then transition for your third attack as a wizard, and it like do a big huge combo attack. It's a strange dynamic, but it works well, and they have a Souls esque layer on it where you're getting to bonfires. The opponents are difficult, lock-on mechanics. So I'd 100% recommend, and Utomic is bringing some heavy hitters. I remember Utomic springing up literally the day after Stadia ended, so I always thought maybe this is the future, right? We would get all these Stadia runoffs.
Well, definitely, someone had to pick up the slack, right? They saw an opportunity. It was a good time.
Yep. It's available on mobile TV and your desktop. Other games include Scarlet Tower, Macabre Ring, Christmas Adventure, which I will say, don't knock bringing a Christmas game in August because there is a reason for that, and Utama knows why. Other games include seem like more themed games, but I would definitely say the Deathbound is a big one to get. It's more hardcore gamer esque.
Cool, cool.
Ah, now we go to how to play family shared games from Steam on
Ooh.
GeForce Now. Well, Nads, you know how to do this, right?
Well, I already do that, yeah, with
Yeah,
you. So we just need to fix the other side. So maybe like
yeah.
we gotta watch out so I don't get banned and you get banned again or something.
A good thing our accounts weren't connected for that. I would hate if you got affected by my thing.
No, it's fine. I could see all your games still whenever that happened too. So
Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to follow this article, and if you haven't already, it's definitely worth it to share your library with a buddy you trust. And this allows you to really expand your Steam library. I mean, ask Nads, he's got 9 souls now,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, that's true. But,
even though he
yeah,
may not play it, it's cool to have like my interest. Maybe one day you'll pick it up and you'll play it, or if you're
yeah.
feeling it. But
I
it's
just like
now an
to.
option for you.
Yeah, exactly. I just always like to go back to some game later and then be, oh yeah, I'm gonna play that now. Like, get back into
I
it,
think
right?
I think you have Spider-Man too, don't you?
I don't know. Did you play
Yeah,
on
I think
PC?
because I shared it. I have the Steam
Oh,
version of Spider-Man.
yeah. I'll
You
pop it
should
up.
check it out if you haven't already. It's a cool game.
Good. Ah, yeah, it's pretty interesting. Definitely.
I
Something
would
to look at.
100% recommend walking through this if you have a buddy you trust. Share your Steam library because Games for All is fun. Um,
And they're not
and
cheap. Game are not
eh,
cheap anymore.
yeah, games are not cheap. And you could be like, hey, you buy this one, I buy the next one. And that way you go back and forth
Yeah.
and sort of shoulder the burden.
Yeah. Well, I think you've been more like buying, buying. You buy so many games. I'm like, there's so many games out there. It's hard to like play them all, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something I've done. I find that I do one at a time though.
hmm Dark and darker. Oh, there we go. There's like some game in there. I don't even know, like if it's me or you.
And some games I would say I've won for sure.
Yeah, I won a few of them too.
hmm
Uh,
Finally, 2K on GFN. Yeah, we definitely need more 2K games.
mm,
I'm curious. Is Borderlands on GFN?
I was on Stadia. We did play. I don't know. I'm just looking at the list of the game there. See if I can found the. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can play Witcher 3.
Oh no, Borderlands is not on GFN.
Oh, okay. It
Although
was
I
on
feel like it
Stadia
definitely
though.
should be. Blacknut expands bonus library with Assassin's Creed title. Everyone knows the Assassin's Creed title has really set the standards for a lot of gamers out there in terms of open world, third person gameplay, and that's where they excel at. They sell massive amounts of their copies, and they're kind of like that. This sort of pinnacle you see a progression in games.
Mhm.
I feel like they're always on top of that. Their library gets onto Blacknut, adding more credibility, I think, to the French gaming streaming service. So kudos to them. We see all of these guys growing little by little.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And Ubisoft is very good for that. They're just like joining everybody for streaming their games. So.
Yeah, Ubisoft don't care. They're like, yeah, you want some of this? Sure.
Mhm. They want to be everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good business strategy. Amazon Luna expands catalogs with must-have GOG titles. Well,
Nice.
I akin it to something like now that the physical stores aren't really up there. Maybe these are the new stores where you want your
Mhm.
games.
Yeah, and there's been a bunch. If you have Prime with Amazon, Within Prime Gaming, there's been like a bunch of new game added. You can claim through GOG, so and that's why you can play on GOG, play some game from GOG on Luna. So pretty cool.
And one of those I recognize it, Chorus, the game where I feel like I was the first game where I was like, I may be getting too old for things because oh my gosh, it made me feel sick in that 360 view. Plague Tale Requiem, huge game, great graphics. If
Amazing.
you felt like you didn't get enough from Hellblade, I would 100% playing a Plague Tale Requiem.
Yeah,
I think that
quite
is
similar in style. Yeah.
yes, but more of a video game where you
hmm
do things.
Yeah.
A couple other of these ones I'm not too familiar with, but be sure to check it out if you're a fan of the Amazon Luna gaming platform.
Yeah. I need to play more of Luna. I feel like I don't jump onto Luna that much. I always switch to GFN because you get better quality. Where Luna, I think they still only have 1080p, right?
Yeah, exactly. Is it 720p still? Did they move up to
Oh,
1080p?
1080p at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's hard to come to market with
Yeah,
720p
up to
as your
1080p. That's the maximum. You can go 720 or 1080p.
Netflix had a big day at Gamescom announcing a bunch of titles like Touch,
Mm,
Squid Games, Snake IO. All during Gamescom, they really made a big presence. I know there was that one where they were manipulating the perspective. I thought that was cool. It stuck out in my mind. Squid Games obviously is going to be a popular one. All available from your phone too. I scroll on the TV and I see the games there. It's
yeah,
crazy that they're making that move.
definitely. Quite interesting, that's for sure. We're gonna be able to, like, oh, should we watch a show or play a game? Let's play Squid Game, and you can play as a group. Because isn't it
Yeah,
like you connect your phone to the TV to play or something like that, right?
yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
cool.
Um, we have a pretty big one here. So all those who didn't have the access now on Xbox Cloud Gaming, you can get Genshin Impact as it
hmm
launches November 20th. So look out for that if you're a big fan. Obviously, I've talked to people before, and Genshin Impact is a large game. So to have it in the
hmm
cloud, not have that storage on your console, that's the way to go. Um, and it's making its debut in Xbox. So fantastic for people who want to jump into this. And it's free
hmm
to play.
Yeah.
So it'll be as part of Game Pass. And
You,
that will
you can
definitely
play it.
draw some people in.
Yeah, you can play anywhere too. You can play on your phone, because you can install the game on your phone. So play on your phone, play in the cloud or any console. So pretty good that they make it like versatile to be accessible everywhere. But yeah, watch out. That's another Chinese game.
But I can definitely see it having that attraction on Xbox because people
Yeah.
who really miss out on like that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild gameplay type of
Yeah.
aesthetics as well. This game really follows in that vein, kind of
hmm
just made it open world. So
Yeah.
I think it'll grab on. Cool single player stuff to do, anyways, but good for Xbox and good for cloud gaming. Just thought I would let the people know.
Oh, perfect.
We have Indiana Jones
Oh
making its
yeah.
way onto the scene. India has been discovered in terms of release date. We're getting out on Xbox consoles, Windows PC, and Steam. So, we haven't heard Xbox Cloud Gaming as of yet, but we'll
hmm
let you know as soon as we do if it is available in the cloud. Because I'm sure people will want to see this game in all of its wonder, and I hope it has photo mode.
Yeah, and coming out December 9, 2024.
Yeah.
Uh, and then spring 2025 for PlayStation 5. Hmm.
Big title, big IP. Towerborn comes to Steam early access this September.
Mm.
So jump into Xbox's announced Towerborn as it comes to Steam early access on September 10th. It'll be a phased release that will come to Xbox Game Preview and will become a free to play release in early 2025.
Mm.
Towerborn will feature cross progression between PC and console, and will be available to purchase a silver and gold founders pack. So, Towerborn is a game they're introducing onto the scene. Seems to be melee based combat in an open world, but I don't know too much about this. Have you seen
No,
much
I
on
don't
Towerborn?
know. The title make me think of a tower defense, but it looks like to be tower born, so they live in a tower, and I don't know. It looked like a bit similar to Breath of the Wild in that like texture type or like
Yeah, the cell
drawing, right?
shaded. Yeah, and now it's like 2D side scroller type of beat 'em up.
Oh,
I
okay.
it's interesting the reasons people create games, but in these veins, but perhaps this has a huge following,
Mm.
and people really like this type of style. So, could be a good one to get into. Free to play, early access, coming to Steam. Hopefully, we see it on GeForce now. We'll let you know.
It looks like
Um,
you can play a couch co-op or something like that. That would be like it
hey,
make me think of one of those arcadey game, you know?
yes, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja
Mhm.
Turtles Lost in Time.
Yeah.
I honestly believe Indiana Jones will be horrible, like horrible, horrible, like horrible, horrible, like horrible, horrible. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully not.
I
Uh,
did hear something about Indiana Jones not being a first person shooter, that they wanted you to be more of a brawler, use your whip, use your camera, use investigational stuff. So, it
mm.
may not be the type of game for me, but I'll give it a try. I'll look at it if I can. Hashtag where's Flintlock through PC Game Pass on GFN. I still want to play it. Monument Valley 3 coming exclusively to Netflix games December 2024. So this is the game I was talking
Yeah.
about with the perspective changes. This is the number one game to play on Netflix while you're stoned out of your mind. I bet you this is why they did it, because there's all these weird perspective shifts.
Yeah.
It's all trippy stuff. You're trying to explore. It's probably rewarding when you solve one of these puzzles and
Mm.
you're all stoned.
I know
There's
I
no
played some of it too when it came out at first on it was on your phone at first. I think I remember. But yeah, I remember playing it. Yeah, it's kind of creepy a little bit. You have to kind of like figure it out, but a lot of fun though. Oh, there's a big fish.
It is a big fish. Oh, and then we have. Oh, sorry. I thought someone was trying. Oh my gosh! If my wife gets me
On
sick,
Netflix. Your wife is making you sick.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
be happy. Game
uh,
Pass's Ultimate is gaining 3 more cloud games in August. This is the second wave, letting people know. Atlas Fallen, definitely a huge one you want to check out. And then we have the open beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So
mhm.
definitely don't want to miss out on all of these things. Core Keeper. It looks interesting, to be honest. I would definitely go and check out a trailer on that one. And Star
Or
Trucker,
Keeper, we play it together.
right? Why does it sound
Is it?
familiar?
It's a top-down survival game. You build up your base and stuff like
This
that.
was like the Terraria type thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
top-down. I've played that game a lot of fun.
Then we have
I-
Star Trucker, because who doesn't want to be a trucker in space? It's the ultimate hauling job across the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's coming to Game Pass day one. on September 3rd in the cloud. So don't miss out on this one. I'm sure it's honestly cozy, delivering a truckload of materials through
Mhm.
space.
Go back up. You mentioned Atlas. I think there's a couple of people that are playing that game
Oh
recently.
yeah, I've talked a bit about Atlas. It's kind of like what's the game? Lo-Fi was telling me Darksiders. It's like
Oh, okay.
Darksiders, but open world hack and slash adventure type of thing. Big bosses. You can
Interesting.
play co-op. Um, yeah, is it on GeForce now?
Yes, I want to say yes for some reason. I think it's something I saw before coming up in the news.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
I
is
know a couple of the guys. I think was it Lo-Fi was mentioning about it. Him and SPG are playing it or something like that.
nice.
Or MS. Yeah, so I know there's a couple of people that were mentioning it's a lot of fun, so I might be interested to try it.
And
Like,
then lastly, let's jump into Black Myth Wukong as it breaks records on Steam as it reaches the cloud. So massive, massive title as it becomes one of the most played games ever in history with an all-time peak just under 2 million for
that
Steam.
is crazy. It's similar to Power World, like it went crazy, but
And
I
I
think
think it
Power
surpassed
World
it.
released it Twitter. Yeah, it surpassed it, but like Power World released it Twitter, like being like they're happy to see like a game like that surpass them, and that's
Yeah.
they're very nice for them, like to say that. But yeah,
Well, what else are
pretty
they
cool.
going to say?
Yeah.
But yeah, here we have it. Their all-time peak 2.4 over 2.4 million.
4 days
Even
ago.
today, they peaked over 2
Uh,
million people, which is
Jesus.
crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to try it at some point.
Everyone else is right.
Yeah, I'm probably
But
gonna like it.
well, it's a lot of boss battles. Be prepared for
Hmm.
that. Definitely one to keep your eye on if you're looking out, but that is our cloud gaming news for the day. Now,
Hmm.
I know you said before you were unable to get a clip going on, right?
No, but I have something I can show. More like something I'm quite excited about, or not quite excited, but interested when it's gonna come out. It's not until 2025, but I'll show that while you're looking your stuff. It's called like Crimson Desert. I'll turn off that up. Crimson Desert. So I think they mentioned about it a little bit more, but they haven't like went in detail. It looks quite interesting type of gameplay. It made me feel like an Assassin's Creed, like the fighting almost, but like you're a medieval or and then it looks like you have different power. Looks pretty nice and neat. Unreal Engine 5. We'll be interested to jump into that when it comes out. But I don't think it's until 2025. So
Yeah, actually,
it's gonna be.
Callie Drew Vals in the chat is on the hype train for this game as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, look forward to seeing when we see more. I was on the hype train for a game called Chrono Odyssey, and that game was said to come out in 2024, and I haven't heard anything on it. I thought I'd see it from Gamescom.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm starting to wonder if the dates that they say these games are going to come out don't actually mean the dates they're going to come out.
So they mentioned about it during Gamescom 2024, but I didn't hear anything.
It must not have been opening night. It must have been on the
Nah.
floor or something.
Just
Or
like, yeah, they're probably explaining more about the game at Gamescom. No release date yet. I'm guessing 2025. So that's my thoughts. I don't think they mentioned anywhere within that. So yeah, pretty interesting game, that's for sure. And the other one I want to mention, I was kind of like on the sideline, and now I'm getting more excited for it. And it's like a vow. A vow is like it's the take of Elder Scroll but by Obsidian. Obsidian made some. They made a Fallout, the Fallout New Vegas. Everybody was happy about that. They did a good job, and this one should be quite interesting. They already have that concept. They know how to play the first person shooter type of thing, but like medieval in this case. So instead of being Fallout, it's almost like they're using the same engine as Bethesda, but I'm guessing that's going to be Unreal 5. This is going to be a little bit better. It looks interesting. I just want to say that. But yeah, that's the two game I'm quite interested, and this one is not going to release until later this year. And I just closed it. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, let's take a look at my two clips. So this first clip I want to show right here. This is why the game has limitations. So I'm here at a doorway where clearly I feel like I should be able to walk through, but I can't. There's an invisible wall, and it's just things like this that are that make me feel like, ugh.
Did you
Like,
eventually went through that wall or no?
No, it's just built like that. There's just certain limitations where the game doesn't feel necessarily 100% there or next generation. It kind of feels a little bit in the past in its design, although looking incredibly astonishing. And it does the boss battles right. It's just the exploration is a little bit on the tough side when I run into stuff like that. And it's like some ledges I want to jump off and get to underneath me, but I can't. And but here we're gonna watch my clip that I'd like to bring. This is me just beating a boss by the hairs of my chinny chins. And actually, I wanted to bring this up. What I'm fighting is a female character. So they said there was no female characters in the game, or at least that's what I had heard on the headlines. And I'm letting you know, if you don't know, there are female characters in the game. This is a female. Yeah, you see that? So, I mean, there's not a lot. I will say that, but that was literally the first scripted character I came across that was female. And that was in chapter 3, but there are some.
Did you find that there's like a lot of bugs, or it's not too bad?
I've seen some enemies act buggy, like throw themselves in locations where they're not supposed to be and then can't move out. I feel like the pathway is really built for me to stay on the path. I'm not really meant to go off the beaten trail. Like, it's not really open world design. In terms of glitchiness in a boss fight, no. I feel like those are done pretty well. I never feel like if I lost, I always know it's because of me. It's not because the game froze or the game glitched an arm in the wrong place or something.
That's good.
Houston says, and as for what part of Houston I am in, I was born on the southwest of Westheimer. Oh, well, I don't want to read all that out, but yes, Houston, you are the Houston we know. And that's always like, Houston, we have a problem in Congress. 2024 has been pretty thin for both movies and games, it feels like. Well, I will say I did like Wolverine versus Deadpool, but that's just because I think Canadians are the only ones to save the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny.
Lastly, I wanted to share a tweet. This is my personal game of the list year so far. So we have Stellar Blade as a nomination, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Helldivers 2, Black Myth Wukong, and Nine Souls. Those would be my nominations for the Rudigs Game of the Year awards, if they were held today.
That's pretty cool. You already like have an idea, but we only have like we still have another 5 months. When is like
we don't have 5 months. I think the cutoff is in October.
October. Okay, so
It
we
may
still
be
have
in
3
October,
months.
maybe even November, but
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's
yeah,
October, the
2
cutoff. And
months.
then I think the Game Awards happen the first week of December. But yeah, I get ahead of
Yeah,
myself.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So we'll
Hopefully
see.
this time you'll be able to join us, Nads, on our
Yeah,
boozy coverage of the Game Awards.
I will look into that. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely Diver is gonna be in there. I think for the community, definitely Diver. I feel like they always maintain the number of people to play that game, and it's always a lot of fun. Uh, Black Myth Wukong, like you mentioned, I think like the graphic are amazing. That's definitely gonna have like some prize because hey, they have the most soul, and similar with Pal World, right? Did Pal World was this year? Wasn't part of the last nomination, or it's gonna be in this
Power
time?
World is part of this year, yeah, but I don't think it'll
Oh,
be Game of the Year, but who knows?
yeah.
And Bliss says Elden Ring DLC in the same boat. If it was up to me, Elden Ring DLC would win Game of the Year, but I don't
They
think we'll
probably
see a
gonna win
DLC win.
DLC of the year.
Yeah, they'll win DLC of the year.
Because
Best
was it last?
ongoing support or some whatever
Yeah,
they give to
because
DLC.
last year was for Cyberpunk, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Phantom Liberty. So I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's gonna be Elden Ring. But awesome.
Awesome. That's our show this week. We really appreciate everyone coming and hanging out with us this week, giving you the cloud gaming news. And until next week, where we'll be back, we'll be getting busy with Helldivers 2 tomorrow night and family game night, plus a myriad of other things. Hopefully, we'll get up to No Man's Sky because we got to pull Wilson through to the very end of the expedition.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
until next week, take care. Cloud Game, GeForce Now, NAD614,
Yeah.
and we miss you, Stadia.
All right.
Take
We'll
care.
see you next time.
And this is where I hit the credits button.
Yes.